Welcome to episode 5 of Walking the Walk. Shower before you get to the gym. Yeah, we leave that one there. Weight should not be the only thing you consider with regards to fat loss, as today is just proven.
So we're here at the BMI Saxon Clinic, and why are we here? So something very important to me within this process is health. You know, we're not just, dieting to get to an extreme, ridiculously low level of body fat without any sort of thought process, without any, disregarding health, should we say. So I want to get a bit of a baseline for where my current health is at in terms of blood markers, blood glucose, blood cholesterol, etc. So this in the future is going to give me a more informed, if I'm looking to go into something like this again, I'm doing it from a more informed place basically.
Let's go. Welcome to episode 5 of Walking the Walk. Today there's a few things going on. So I've actually just got back from having a blood test with Medichecks. It's something that I am pretty invested in, is obviously my health. So I definitely want to keep an eye on that, as we go through this process. A couple other bits going on. I've got my good pal Tony Sivers coming down, owner of Natty Gang Fitness Wear. We're going to be getting a session in over at Fierce this afternoon. Just prior to that, I'm also getting a body fat analysis done again with Mr. Sam Tomlin. So that last one was done sort of 3 weeks ago. So it'll be good to get a good eye on how things are proceeding. Okay, so I've just received a check-in from client Jake Foster. He won't mind me mentioning him. He's been quite ever present in my socials of recent. Guys absolutely smashed things in recent times. So he'll be absolutely fine. And actually, before this goes out, I'll ensure he's, happy for me to talk about him a little bit in any case. So usually Jake would check in on a Monday, but just due to him being away this weekend, we've checked in a little bit later, so hence the check-in is on Tuesday. So Jake and myself recently went through a photo shoot preparation over the course of 20 weeks. We basically dialed him all the way down to a really, really lean condition. He's basically in the shape of his life. And within that process, post an event like that, or getting yourself into a sort of really peak condition, really low levels of body fat, you do almost need to reverse out of that in a way that allows you to recover from the dieting phase. And just ensure that you're in a really good place to then set you up for whenever you want to take things next, whether that's a period of maintenance or going into a lengthier muscle building phase. That 4 to 6 weeks post the peak condition is actually a really integral time, and you really want to get it right. So we've been we've really focused on making sure that he's reversing out of this correctly. And I must say he's doing really, really well. So we're in sort of week 3 of his reverse diet now. Body weight's trending up a little bit, but that's what we wanted. It's not anything astronomical. It's just literally a kilogram or 2 up. And this is allowing us to sort of increase calories slowly, basically get him recovered and put him in a really good place to move forward. So my check-in process, the way I like to set it up is really keeping things as simple as possible. We're looking to take, I like to call it like the bird's eye view of the week. So taking all the information that we need in order to track progress basically. And then my job is then to put that all together, put some next steps in place for Jake in this case to then implement for the next week to ensure that he's making progress. And it's as simple as that. I think sometimes people can make this process sound more complicated than it needs to be. And in fact, my job is to simplify things, put the road steps in place for clients to then implement as simply as possible. That's exactly what we're doing right now. So a little bit of an update on myself, on where we are now. So we're sort of, what is it now? 7 or 8 weeks into the dieting process, and we're sort of blending into one. Coffee is becoming more life week by week. But yes, so I had a bit of a maintenance week last week. Me and coach just basically decided, just due to the fact that adherence wise, I was having a few days where I was probably overshooting calories. You know, I was just finding it difficult to tie it in. We'd also spoken about potentially running a maintenance phase at some point, whether subconsciously I was thinking about that during that week. So we just decided to run the maintenance week. And I must say I felt a lot better for it. Energy was up, performance was up, energy was up, sleep was better. So it obviously did the job. But this week we sort of moved back into the dieting phase again. Calories have been in and around sort of 2,000. And yeah, I think we've made some progress this week. So just arrived at Fierce Gym. By the way, if you've never tried this gym, I would highly recommend getting yourself in here. State-of-the-art gym. I think they spent about £1 million on this place. Lovely aesthetic in there as well. So I'd highly recommend coming down for a session if you haven't tried it as yet. So today we're going to be working with a full body workout. As you guys have probably guessed by now, we're going to start off with some Romanian deadlifts. But before we get all that done, I'm going to get my body fat testing done by Mr. Sam Tomlin, who is a resident personal trainer at the gym. If you're not working with myself, this man is a great shout. We started our career together and he's one of the guys who I highly recommend in the game. So. Just got done getting my body fat done by Mr. Sam Tomlin. I think it's worth mentioning, when you're getting your body fat done by someone who's doing it with calipers, it's important to have the same tester doing it each time and someone who's skilled at doing it. Otherwise, it's going to be massively inaccurate. And Sam's been doing this for years, and I'm happy to say in 3 weeks we've managed to drop body fat by around 4%. Last time we got it done, we were around 16%, and today we're sitting at just below 12%. Again, there is a margin of error with any form of testing, but if you look at all the caliper readings, they're all massively down. I mean, some of them by half, which, as you can imagine, I'm pretty damn happy with. Considering that body weight hasn't changed massively, you know, the fact that the skin folds have all come down just really points towards there being some really good stuff happening, and it also points towards the fact that weight should not be the only thing you consider with regards to fat loss, as today is just proven. So 5 pet peeves. Number 1, bad odor. No need for it. Shower before you get to the gym. Yeah, we'll leave that one there. Number 2 would be high-end gym equipment. I'm all for sharing. You can jump in with someone. You know, there's no need for you to be on one piece of equipment for half an hour. Jump in, jump out. Don't hog the equipment. So number 3 would be slamming your weights down. Again, I'm a big fan of controlling the eccentric, negative portion of a rep. Absolutely no need to throw weights down. It doesn't make you any bigger or stronger. Lower your weights down safely, boys and girls. Number 4 would be talking during sets. I'm all for a bit of a, you know, chit chat during a rest period, but during a set, focus in, get the work done, and leave the chatting for in between sets. So number 5 would be leaving your weights around. I'm sure this would be on most people's lists. Again, easier said than done. We've probably all left a dumbbell here and there, but tidy your weights away. It's a better environment for everyone if you do that. So due to unforeseen circumstances, the great Mr. Tony Civez wasn't able to make today's session, unfortunately. We will endeavour to get him in at some other point, because I would like him within this, you know, this process, because he's a top boy of mine, known him all my life, massively into the gym, so I think it'd be cool to have him in, so we'll get him in at another point. Today's workout starts off with Romanian deadlifts. It's one of my indicator lifts. I actually wrote a post about this the other day. So an indicator lift is a movement that you're looking to either maintain or progress no matter what phase of training you're in. So again, we're starting off with Romanian deadlift. I'm going to aim for a bit of a top set, probably the most I've lifted within this phase. It's one of my favourite exercises, so let's see what we can get done. I don't get 8 reps, my name's not Tory. So 5 supplements that I would recommend for overall health for most people. Number 1, I would say omega-3 fish oil. I think this is something which is a great baseline to keep in. Obviously, dietary fats are essential dietary fats, and omega-3s are essential to overall health. So that would be number 1. A good quality vitamin D supplement, especially if you're in the UK, most people are deficient in vitamin D. So that would be number 2. Number 3 would be creatine. Again, if you didn't know, it's one of the most heavily researched supplements out there. Numerous benefits that go beyond just the physical, obviously cognitive benefits as well, so that would be number 3. Huge fan of whey protein. That might not be in everyone's list, but for me, it's just so convenient. Most people struggle to get their protein in. We know it's so important for muscle retention, fat loss, you know, whatever the goal is, getting in your protein is so important. So that would be number 4. And number 5, I would say potentially a good quality vitamin supplement, a multivit. Again, just hit baseline targets in this day and age. You know, the nutrition isn't the same quality as what it used to be many years ago. So I just think a good quality supplement enables you to get, you know, hit all your baselines basically. So for me, training, we get to do this. You don't have to do it. For me, we get to do this, and it's a privilege to be able to train, take myself through this process, so I'm in a better position to, first of all, help my clients, but also, you know, you gain so many lessons from training. There's so many similarities between training and life. You know, sometimes you'll have to embrace that grind. Sometimes you'll have to do it when you're not really feeling it. You know, but again, it always comes back to the fact that, you know, this is a privilege. We are privileged to be able to train. Okay, rapid fire. 5 biggest myths that I see still touted nowadays. Number 1, resistance training making girls bulky. Absolute falsity. It's only going to make you more toned and more lean and look better. Number 2, carbs make you fat, and you can't diet without going super low carb to achieve fat loss results. Again, absolute falsity. Number 3 would be whey protein making you potentially making you put on weight. Again, it's obviously calories in, calories out to a degree, so yeah. Number 4, that you have to do cardio to achieve fat loss results. Again, it could help contribute, but you don't have to do it exclusively to achieve fat loss. And number 5, you'll be happy to know that you can certainly keep an element of your social life within a process of achieving great fat loss results or body transformation results. And actually, for long-term results, I would say it's actually beneficial to include some of that within it. So as you know, I always start my sessions off, usually start my sessions off with legs at the minute. So the analogy I like to use is, remember when you were a kid, on a plate of food, you'd always eat your mum and dad would make you eat the veggies first, get that out of the way and done with, so then you've got the meat and the potatoes, of which upper body next. don't get 15 reps out of this 35 kilograms floor press, my name ain't Mr. T. So that's episode 5 wrapped up for this week, guys. Just to give you a little bit of an overview of what happened today. We started off with a blood test over at the Saxon Clinic. I'm going to be getting that off the Medicheck, so I may have some results of that for next week. So tune in for next week to see how that's faring. As I mentioned, health is a massive part of this process for me, and I want to ensure that things are as good as they can be whilst I'm dialing things down. So I'm very interested to see what happens there. From there, we went into some body fat testing with Sam Tomlin, resident PT at Fierce Gym. We then moved into the training session, of which we started off with a Romanian deadlift, and started off with sort of lower body and then moved into some upper body work. It was an awesome session. I missed the kill behind the camera again, keeping me motivated, keeping me accountable to the process, and it's been a great day. So just a couple of things to tease you into next episode. We've got some potentially exciting things happening with the brand. So again, keep your eyes peeled for that. We may have some more details with regards to that in the next episode. I checked in on Instagram today with regards to where we're looking to take this second photo shoot prep. As mentioned, health is a massive part of this. So I've got some decisions to make with regards to how far we take this, because it's all well and good looking great, but we need to make sure what's under the hood is functioning properly as well. So that's always going to be a decision and a thought process in my head as we continue on. So hope you enjoyed it, guys, and we'll catch you for the next one.